I enjoyed listening to Dr. Soifer talk about child development. It's one of my favorite areas of education, and I've always believed that literacy begins at infancy, and this was just something that was reiterated by the doctor. It also brought about an epiphany in reflection of ESOL. I hadn't really thought about the fact that the first grader would have as many as 6,000 words, and if they have 6,000 words in a foreign language and they have collected their code, their language code and ideas and experiences from that language or culture, it would be difficult to change. Especially, she made it clear that each language has different clicks and sounds that are unique to that culture. One of the things that I realized in thinking about that is that the students not only have a lot of ground to make up for the 6,000 words or more, but they also have ideas and cultural differences that in the way that they speak naturally that they have to overcome in order to even speak English, much less speak English fluency. Another thing that she mentioned that I really liked was the open-ended questions, and how she gave an example of a student having asked for a crayon, and she said, "Do you want the purple crayon?" or "What color crayon do you want?" And the student says, "Purple, please." And so then she reiterates what the student has requested and says, "Sure, I'd be glad to give you the purple crayon." And so that kind of gives the student a chance to see the language modeled. Another strategy I liked was where she narrowed down the question that she was asking of the students. For example, what did you do in Disney World or Disneyland? I don't remember which one it was. And, and the student, of course, is overwhelmed by the question because there's so much to do. And then she narrows it down. What ride did you take, or what did you ride the Small World? And of course, she says all students have ridden the Small World, or she even narrowed it down further. Or what did you like about the ride on the Small World, or whatever. So it's a Small World ride. And so I liked it how she gave an example of how to narrow it down and make it not so overwhelming. And I thought it was real relevant, having a teenager in the house still, to think about how overwhelming the questions can be. So, and then the next thing is giving the students an opportunity to talk instead of monopolizing the conversation, but allowing there to be a pause or a gap in time where you answer or just short acknowledgments and let the students fill in the conversation gap. I thought that was very important, because a lot of times I have, at least in my own experience, felt like maybe I was controlling the conversation. So this is something that I think that I'll need to work on and think more about as I go into teaching and working with the English language learners. I thought this video was wonderful, and I think I gained a lot from it. So I look forward to watching more of these videos. Thanks.